السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brother Joey, السلام عليكم. Welcome back. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. So yesterday we were talking about Zakah, one of the pillars of Islam. We mentioned about 20 points, and today we'll continue, inshallah, 20 more points about Zakah. So we are not allowed to pay let's say you have a farm, okay? So whatever you have in the farm, you should give zakah from that beans or fruits or vegetables or whatever, not the money. And vice versa. If you have a business, you are dealing with money or salary or whatever, you shouldn't pay your zakah food. You should pay it money, cash, okay? Also, إذا تلف المال, if you have amount for the zakah, let's say you put $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 on the corner for the zakah, but for some reason the amount was lost or stolen or something happened, okay, you are the responsible to pay the zakah also. You still have to pay the zakah, okay? Whether this loss happened because of your faults or anything else, you still have to pay the zakah. Okay, it's exactly rights of others. Let's say you owe me $100, but for some reason your account, your savings were stolen. It doesn't mean that you are not going to pay me my $100. You still owe me $100, right? So the amount of the zakah is a right of poor people. It's their right. You just holding the right in your pocket. It's not yours. So you have to pay them anyway. Okay. It's not okay to have tricks to run away from the zakah. We mentioned that zakah every 12 months, right? But if you have a project before 12 months, in the month of 9th, 10th, 11th, for example, you came up with a project or business or something and you spent your money, then there is no zakah. Okay? There is no zakah. Because you put it in your home, put it in your apartment, you bought something, car or something, so you don't have any extra amount that you should pay zakah. Then you don't have to pay zakah. But if you do that project with the intention of running away from the zakah, to skip the zakah, then this is a game. We shouldn't do it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you really have love of Allah azza wa jal, you shouldn't do these things. Okay. Whom we should give the zakah? Allah mentioned in the Quran for 8 categories. The first, إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمؤلفة قلوبهم وفي الرقاب والغارمين وفي سبيل الله وابن السبيل. 8 kind of people, okay? The most famous one is the al-fuqara wal-masakin, the poor people, the needy, and so on. It takes time to explain, so I'm going to try to go fast. It's not okay to pay your zakah for kuffar, non-Muslim. You're not allowed to pay your zakah for non-Muslim. Yes, you can pay your sadaqah, your charity, optional charity, to anyone. You can give it to anyone. Even you can give it to rich people. That's okay. Poor people, non-Muslim, anyone, you can give your charity. But zakah, it's not allowed to be paid for kuffar or the household of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, we mentioned that before in one of the lectures in Salatul Fajr here. So we are not, or the family of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his wives, his grandsons, and his uncles and their sons, they are not allowed to take zakah or even optional sadaqah from the people. They are not allowed to use it because Allah already has given them 1/5 of the ghanima, okay, of the jihad fi sabilillah. And there is many reasons for that. Inshallah, we can mention that later. You're not allowed to give your zakat to your parents and their parents and so on. You're not allowed to give zakat to your kids and their kids and so on. You're not allowed to give zakat to your wife, right? The people that you are responsible to spend on them, you're not allowed to give them the zakat. Is it okay to give your zakat to your brothers and sisters? Yes. You are not responsible to spend on them, so you are allowed to give them your zakat if they are in need of it. Okay? It's not okay to pay your zakat to someone. Let's say you pay your zakat, harvest, or beans, or fruit, or honey, or olive oil. All these are zakat items. Then you buy it from the same person again. You shouldn't do that. Okay? Do not buy your zakat or your sadaqah from the person that you already paid. Is it okay for the wife to give zakat to her husband? MashaAllah, we have 5 muftis. But they are correct. Yes, she can give you her zakat. Because she's not responsible to spend on you. You are the man, you should spend on her. Right? Yes, she can give you her, if she is rich and she has a lot of money, still she's not responsible to spend it, to buy food and drink and rent or all these bills for the house. You are responsible, even if she's richer than you. Okay? So yes, she can give you her zakat if you are, deserve of the zakat, in need of it. Yes. Is it okay to send your zakat to different country, different city, different places?
Yes.
If there is no poor people in this area, yes, you can send it to different country if they are more in need of the people we have in this country. It's okay to give your zakah, your charity, your donations openly or secretly. إن تبدوا الصدقات فنعماه وإن تخفوها وتؤتوها الفقراء فهو خير لكم. If you believe that you will not have riya or show off, okay? You spend your charity, your donations, $10,000, $100,000, in donations and fundraising, they do that. If you think that the riya or show off will not come to your heart, yes, you can do that. But if you are worried about the show off, do not do it. Allah said, better to spend secretly, to keep yourself safe from the show off, because show off will wipe up the hasanat and the reward of the sadaqah. And we are in need of the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. If you getting salary, okay, and I think most of us, or maybe all of us, getting salaries every month, every week, whatever, you have 2 ways to pay your zakat. 2 ways. Number 1, you go with the Arabic months as we mentioned last night, not with the Gregorian months, with the Arabic months. Okay. So let's say this month is Ramadan. Okay. So you pay zakah of Ramadan 2024. The next month is Shawwal, right? After Ramadan. So you pay zakah of the salary of Shawwal of 2024. Then after that, Dhul Qa'dah. Same thing, Dhul Hijjah, and so on. Month by month. So every 12 months. This is a way. That's the other way, and this is a little bit difficult. Keep counting and keep, But the other one is much easier and good for the poor people. Yes, you're gonna pay a little bit extra, but it's good for the poor people and much easier than the first one. Which is, as we mentioned last night again, you fixed a month, you appoint a month, a fixed month for the zakat. Let's say you picked Ramadan, or Shawwal, or Sha'ban, or any month. I'm just giving an example of Ramadan. You said, I'm going to pay my zakat every year in Ramadan. Okay. Whatever you earn before Ramadan, you have to pay zakat of it. Even if you earned something last month. Okay? And that money did not last with you for 12 months. As it's supposed to be, right? This is one of the conditions to have the wealth, to have the money for 12 Arabic months, then you pay zakat of it. This is one of the three main conditions. But if you pick the second way of paying your zakat, then you should pay in Ramadan for anything you earn in the previous. Even 12 months ago, 11 months ago, or even 1 month ago. Okay? So you see the total how much, and you pay. And before you pay from the total, say how much you owe people. Let's say you took loan from this person, from that, from here, from there, and you have to pay their loan this year. Okay? So you deduct the loan from your from the amount. You deduct also the amount you spend in your home. Let's say every month, $500, $1,000, $2,000 you spend bills, food, drink, and all these things. You take it off. Then the rest you pay zakat of it 2.5%. Okay, 2.5%. Allah Akbar. Yes, there is a zakah on 401k. Because this is your amount. This is your money. Yes, you don't control it 100%, but whenever you ask for part of this amount, you can take it. After paying the tax, the fees, the penalty, and all these things, take off all this amount and you pay the zakah for the rest. Some of the ulama said you have to pay zakah of 401k every year after deducting the fees and taxes and all these things. And some of them said, no, it's only once when you receive the amount in your hand and you control it 100%, then you pay zakah of 1 year only. So we have 4 opinions. These are the 2 famous opinions. So it depends your generosity. Do whatever you can. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Yes, there is zakah on Bitcoin. Is it down or up? Down? So go ahead, pay your zakat. Or Trump Bitcoin, do the Queen of Trump. Okay. If you have a piece of land, property, and you keep this property for business. You buy a property for $100,000, then you sell it for 120, for example, then you buy another one, you should pay zakah of it. Okay, as long as you put it for sale. But if you have a property, you keep it to build your house in the future. After 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, there is no zakah on it. Because this is not for business, this is for your own use, right? So there is no zakah on that property, on that land, unless if you have it for a business. Let's say you have cash and you don't want to carry cash. You just want to buy a land and put your money in it and just keep it for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever. Then you think what to do. You can sell it and you make money. Some of the ulama said you have to pay zakah of it every year. Some of them said, and this is one of the opinion of Maliki Madhab, you should wait until you sell it, even after 10, 15 years, then you pay zakah of 1 year only. Okay. I'm going fast. I know you have a lot of questions. You can ask after Salat al-Witr, inshallah ta'ala. Any money you keep on the corner for marriage, you want to let your daughter, your son get married, inshallah, in the future, or you put some money on the corner for some reason, okay? After 12 months, Arabic months, if that wealth, that money is still with you, you have to pay zakah of it. Even if you keep it for Hajj, for Umrah, for marriage, for whatever, you have to pay zakah of it. Okay. There is zakah on shares, stock market. Yes, you have to pay zakah of it. You cannot run away. You see how much the amount of the shares today in the market, and you count it and you pay zakah of it. There is, you know, all of you know what waqf means, right? Waqf means to appoint something, a masjid, madrasa, land, house, something for the benefit of ummah. It's public. I said this place is a house of Allah for all ummah, for anyone to pray. So I don't own it anymore. It's for the whole ummah. No one owns it. It's not belong to anyone. It's for the community. There is no zakat in the waqf properties or money. Let's say this Masjid al-Wadud has, let's say $10,000, $100,000, inshallah $10 million in the account. I don't know, Brother Faisal knows. There's no zakah in it. You know why? Because we have to have 3 conditions. Condition number 1, 12 months has to pass. Condition number 2, have to reach the fixed amount, which is Brother Muhammad Sheknawi said $8,000 last night. 85 grams of gold, right? Number 3, you have to own it 100%. So who owned the amount? The account of the masjid? Who?
Faisal.
No. No. There's nobody. There's nobody. It's for the masjid, for the community. Since nobody owning the amount 100%, then there is no zakah in it. It's not belong to anyone. It's belong to the community. Yes. You cannot pay your zakah for the masjid. Masjid is not one of the 8 categories Allah mentioned in the Quran. Some masajid, they ask for zakah. Unfortunately, they follow the weak opinion. There is an opinion to collect the zakah for the masjid, but for specific conditions, not in general. You have to mention the condition for the ulama, and they can tell you if this masjid deserves the zakah or not. Okay? For the masjid, to build the masjid. You can pay your zakah for the one who arrested by the police, and to release him, he needs to pay something, or he needs a lawyer or something like that, and he's a poor person. You can pay your zakah to help him to be released. You're not allowed to pay your zakah for the one who doesn't pray, or the one that you know they're gonna use the money for smoke, for drugs, for wine, for fun. Okay, he gonna buy iPhone 16. Is it 16 nowadays? 17? 16. 18? 16. Allah yahdika Jude. 16. He's going to buy a 16. iPhone 16.
Pro Max.
Yeah, Pro Max. No, don't give those people cell phones. People who's asking and begging in the street, try not to give them your zakat. You can give them zakat, but not from your zakat. Because if you don't give them, there are hundreds of people will give them. But you should know that there are a lot of people, religious, not only religious, they are scholars and da'i Allah. They are poor families, and their neighbor, they don't know that they are poor. They don't ask, they don't show that they're poverty. Sometimes, wallahi, I know someone, a poor person in Egypt, and he's engineer, and he's one of the ulama, scholars. It's scholar and engineer. He refused to take any money from anyone, even though he's a poor person. Those kind of people we need to look for. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He described the Sahaba, He said that أَغْنِيَاءَ مِنَ التَّعَفُّفِ. When a strange comes to the masjid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the place of Ahlus Sufa. You know this Ahlus Sufa. When you go to the masjid of Rasulullah, ask about this Ahlus Sufa. 80 poor people of Sahaba, they used to live day and night in that place, in the masjid of Rasulullah, close to his home. When the strange person comes from here and there to Masjid al-Madinah, he never realized that those people are poor. He couldn't know that. They look like rich. Allah said, يَحْسَبُهُمُ الْجَاهِلُ أَغْنِيَاءَ مِنَ التَّعَفُّفِ. Because they don't ask. They are not trying to show their poverty in their clothes, in their food, in their faces. So we need to look for those people and give them your zakat. Alhamdulillah, I finished most of the points of zakat. So today, inshallah, I have a question for the brothers. What are the three conditions, the main conditions of the zakat? I mentioned that last night and today. So it's easy for everyone to repeat the conditions, three conditions of the zakat. Brothers, how old are you? 14? I have another question for you. If you consider yourself adult, that's okay. Go ahead.
You're gonna get in trouble. I think you're adult.
Yes, Rayyan.
The zakat has to be above $8,000.
Above 8,000. So don't use 8,000 because we go with gold. 85 grams of gold. Because the market's up and down. Okay, that's good. Next.
The zakat can't be used on non-Muslims.
You mentioned one thing. Who's ready to help him? Ali.
You have to own it.
You have to own it. What else? Huh. Two people.
And it has to be, you have to have it for a year, 12 months.
12 months. Takbir. Allah. So Rayyan and Ali, please get your gift, inshallah. MashaAllah. Very good. Okay, for the sisters, a little bit tricky question. We mentioned zakat is equal to 85 grams of gold. If you have amount of that, then you have to pay zakat of it after these three conditions. How about if you have just 20 grams of gold and 100 grams of silver and $3,000 under the pillow and $2,000 with your sister, she owe you $2,000. So the total is above 85 grams of gold. Okay, it's above $8,000. Are you still have to pay your zakat? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, takbir. You can get your gift, inshallah. So you have to look. Your property, your money, your gold, your silver, this and that, you should collect it all and check how much do you have? Okay? That's very good, mashallah. For the boys, we know that we have to pay zakat every year 2.5%. Okay? So, how about the sadaqah? Is it every year once, twice, 3 times? How many times we should pay sadaqah, the optional charity for the boys? When was the last time you answered?
2 days ago.
Wait.
Wait one more day.
Sally, when did you answer?
A week ago.
A week ago. Go ahead.
You could pay anytime.
Anytime. Takbir. Allah. Bismillah. Come over. Yeah, sadaqah. Anytime. Anytime, any amount. Who paid sadaqah fi sabilillah, his whole wealth, the whole, everything he owned?
Abu Bakr.
Abu Bakr as-Siddiq.
Abu Bakr Siddiq.
Everything, and he was a rich person. And Prophet ﷺ did not say anything except it from him. As long as you are supporting the deen of Allah, it's open. Yes. Okay, for the girls, I don't hear any sound today for the girls.
Yeah, there.
Okay,
Oh, they're there.
you know they
Oh, they're there.
mashallah, they're so quiet. We should give them gifts all. Okay, what is the meaning of zakah? When you say zakah, what is the meaning of zakah? We mentioned that in detail last night. Are you still remember? Girls under 15.
Is it purification of your wealth?
Purification?
Of your wealth.
Okay, it's purification of your wealth and purification of your hearts. خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا. So it's purification for your hearts and for your wealth. Takbir. Please get your gift, inshallah. Any quick question? Okay. Jazakumullah khairan wa sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.